Hey great dramas, Greg here, how you doing? It's been a long while since I've done YouTube reviews, but I'm back. Even maybe it's briefly, or I'll actually manage to continue doing these things. But I wanted to start with one that really piqued my interest when I was in Kentucky recently for work meetings over there about new product development and new whiskey brands being created, and had some time in Kentucky the morning before departure back to the UK. And after seeing the Angel's Envy distillery, figured with 90 minutes left until my car was arriving to take me back to the airport, let's check out another distillery. So I went for Rabbit Hole. And this one, I've heard a bit about, tried a couple of the releases, like whiskey shows and whatnot, but had never tried the Dareringer, or Dareringer as I prefer to pronounce it, but I think that's pronounced wrong. Bottled at 46.5 ABV, it's a double barrel matured whiskey in fresh American oak casks, and then PX sherry cask as well. Just going to double check if it's got, there it is. So 65% corn, 25% wheat, 10% malted barley, never chill filtered. So this one matured in wood-fired, toasted and charred American oak and finished in PX casks. Now it was the PX that drew me to it, because I love a bit of PX sherry, both on its own, but then also when it's been maturing whiskey for sure. So pre-pour it as we do, save nearly 3.5 seconds of editing time. And yeah, so I was at the distillery, a wonderful man there called Mason. I hadn't booked anything, I just strolled in and was casually taking the photos. It turns out he was a fan of GreatDrams. We had a mutual interest in both soccer, football, and then also F1. So we started talking about that. Turns out he was the head of kind of the brand visitor center and all that kind of stuff. Took me around the distillery on a rapid tour, and then I tasted 4 of the Dareringer releases that they've put out. So 4 of the different PX sherry cask releases from the last couple of years, and they are all sublime. So I had to buy this one. Obviously, be rude not to. Along with a couple other bottles, cheeky. So, here we go. You're getting that quintessential kind of bourbon sweetness, and that almost like the mash bill, the actual mash itself, or the wash coming through through on the nose. Very quite interesting. Somewhere between sweet and vegetal even, but all kind of working together to create something quite special and quite layered. Those kind of muted spice notes coming through. And that fresh oak, powerful as it is, just rounding off the tasting note on the nose. And the palate's so easy drinking. Wow. Got the smoothness and sweetness that comes from the PX sherry cask, but then ultimately the robust depth that comes from a fresh American oak bourbon cask as well. Really juicy, lovely little prickle of spice there as well. Keeps it going and going. It's quite Moorish. I'll leave you with that. Any questions, leave them in the comments. Please subscribe, obviously. And if you have requests from other whiskies you want us to review, put them in the comments. And if we have them, or if you intrigue me enough and I go and buy one, we'll get it reviewed for you. Cheers, until next time.